A severe thunderstorm swept through Paris on Saturday, pelting the French capital with hail, damaging property, and leading to the end of a warm week across France and much of Western Europe. The violent storm struck in the late afternoon, sending residents and tourists scrambling for cover, as radar returns showed plenty of orange and red on the weather map. Hailstones were estimated to be at least marble-sized, which shredded spring flowers and caused some windows to shatter. Photos from after the wet weather event showed streets covered in hail, with cars maneuvering around flooding in the city of more than 2 million people. The hailstorm followed several days of unseasonably warm spring weather, with temperatures in the 70s and 80s. France's National Weather Service attributed the round of storms to a low-pressure system moving through Portugal and France, helping to set up a clash of air masses. The agency had issued an orange alert, the second highest level, for regions of the country. The alert warns of potentially dangerous weather, including hail, damaging winds and heat waves, and advises residents to remain vigilant and limit travel when possible. Air traffic was impacted around Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport, one of Europe's busiest airports, due to the severe weather. Some Paris metro rail stations were temporarily closed due to flooding.
Impressionnant, ça c'est une taille de glaçon qui vient de tomber
chez nous,
à Paris. Et en plus, il y en a d'autres là.
Numerous photos and videos showed a chaotic scene as drenching rains, gusty winds, and prolific hail shredded trees and pelted pedestrians as they ran for safety. Some parts of the continent are particularly susceptible to supercell thunderstorms capable of producing destructive tornadoes and very large hailstones. Back in 2023, a town in northeastern Italy recorded a 19 centimeters hailstone. Victor Hugo Station on Line 2 has already reopened. During floods, torrents of water pour out of metro stations and take several hours to evacuate. In the capital, temperatures plummeted with the storm, dropping by 6 degrees in just a few minutes. The Île-de-France region remains under yellow alert, and further rain may fall in the evening. Another local media also reported that several metro stations were forced to shut down due to water damage, leaving commuters stranded. Meanwhile, operations at Charles de Gaulle Airport were temporarily suspended, affecting multiple flights. The phenomenon of hail is not an uncommon sight in France and much of Europe, as the clash of air masses during the spring and summer often leads to enough instability. Strong updrafts are needed to keep raindrops suspended long enough for the water to become frozen and acquire additional moisture to become larger hailstones. Hail that reaches about the size of a U.S. quarter or larger is considered to be damaging, with roofs, windows and vehicles that usually sustain most of the damage. Swiss Re, an insurance firm based in Zurich, Switzerland, calculated losses from hail in France alone totaled more than $5 billion in 2022. One of the more extensive events happened during the spring, with a cell that traveled over 180 miles through the country, damaging more than 250 houses and impacting at least 1,000 vehicles. As well as hail, tornadoes can accompany severe weather outbreaks, but amounts of twisters pale in comparison to what are reported in the U.S. annually. Potential for flooding will be increasing starting late Monday through Wednesday. These areas have already received ample rainfall, so it will not take much extra rain to cause issues. Rainfall totals will be between 2 to 5 inches on average, with less than 2 inches expected elsewhere. There is a 10% chance of rainfall totals up to 6 inches in our northeast.